Hey everyone, welcome to Apple iOSGenius on the YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm actually working this off on my MacBook Pro, which has just got the touch bar, and I didn't set up my wallpaper yet. But the reasoning of today is that people are saying that when they go to the App Store and they download this macOS Catalina, they're having issues where it takes like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it goes like 30 minutes, and then it goes down to 17 minutes. Well, you have to realize that it was released, and now there's billions of people trying to download it, and of course you're going to have issues. Like for me, I'm running a fiber, and I'm downloading 1 gigabit per second, and it still took forever on my MacBook Pro, but it was pretty easy on the on my iMac 5K. So my concern is here. I was reading this because I wanted to make a bootable, and someone here puts it 9 hours ago. Dan Frada Miko says the changes in the OS have been much needed. Since I like to install via USB on other devices, I'm a bit displeased on the removal of the typical offline installer. I have not tested this, and so far when I read this, I figure I need to go ahead and start a little video here. So I've already downloaded it, even though it says here get. I've already downloaded it here. It's under my applications, and here it is. It's 8 gigs. If you guys need this file, I will gladly share it. It will be in my cloud. Actually, I should probably start. I'll start uploading in a moment, and then I can share a link. Just put a comment down below if you guys need a full original version from Apple to download it. I like to make copies or have them available. As you can see, I can go here to my cloud. Here is my cloud files. And then if I go down to my share, to my Macintosh, to my macOS, in case you guys needed older versions, these are the gold masters. These are the final releases. And you can see I have a bunch of the OSs already available. And there's Catalina, just have to upload it. All right, so besides that, let's go ahead and see if we can make this into a bootable flash drive, which someone said 9 hours ago you can't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in a flash USB, which is a SanDisk Extreme. It runs about 300 megabits per second read. About write is about 220. It's only a 64 gigs. So basically what I was trying to do, and this is, I don't have to really show you, but here's Catalina. It's 8 gigs. I have 14 gigs here available. I'm going to drop it into the flash drive. And you're going to see the read and write, and I've always told many people it's really depending on what kind of hardware you buy and so forth. As you can see, it's really not bad. 500, it's moving fairly quickly. It's only 2 minutes. But I close this. I'll cancel that. I'm going to go ahead and plug this other one that I have on the right side of my MacBook Pro. I know this is not talking about doing the offline installer, but here goes this one. Now all of these here is through an NVMe that I have. It's a Windows NVMe. I just put it into an enclosure and boom, now I got an external 5 gigs or 500 gigs. So that same one that was 2 minutes for that one, we're just going to drop it into the data folder. It's going to ask me to replace it because that's where I already put it. And then here it goes even much faster. Like, look at that. It's just flying through. So again, if you're using an NVMe, great, wonderful for your deployments, for your diagnostics, etc., etc. I would say definitely go for it. All right, now jumping into the offline installer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change this one here, and I'm just going to rename it so I don't get messed up. We'll just say erase. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open this up. We're going to go ahead and open up Terminal. And this is the same way I've done it all the time, every time. Let's see if it works. So that's where it is. Come on. My mouse click doesn't work as great on my trackpad. So you open that, you open up contacts, you should have resources, and there it is, create install media. So I'm not sure what this person here is saying in the review, that he wants to install it via USB on other devices. He's displeased on the removal of the typical offline installer. So now I think what he means is, like, when you go here, you go get it, It opens up your system preferences. Now here it's software update. Now it looks for the software update, and then let's go back to that in a moment. So let's go ahead and create this terminal here, and there it is. So let me quit this. Let me go ahead and continue with this. All right, and then you just type in hyphen volume. Then you drag that specific volume. Now I'm just using the USB SanDisk Extreme, which is very rare to find, but I did find them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. They are refurbs. I even have an original one that is not a refurb, and it still takes so long. But these are my go-to flash drives, like forever. But now I'm kind of going to the NVMe's. So anyways, you drag that in there. You press enter. It's going to ask you for your password, which is not going to show, of course. Enter. And then you're going to say yes, you want to erase everything, and yes, it's erasing it. There you go. As you can see, it's kind of flying through that, which is great. But anyways, let's go back to the installer. So this is where I think he's being displeased about, is that here it says upgrade. So normally when you get it from here, you hit get, and then it starts downloading to your applications folder, and then in your applications folder it is readily available right there. But when people see this screen with Mojave going up, they put it all in the software update. It's it's confusing because here it just says upgrade now. But what if you want to do an offline installer? Well, the offline installer still works. As you can see, I did it here. Here's my terminal. It's going through 30% right now. So it's almost done, and I will have a bootable installer. So not sure why that guy would put that information there. Maybe he just did not know how to do the macOS Catalina bootable installer. And yes, it's always great to do a nice fresh install, but even though, like I just moved to Mojave like 2 weeks ago, and now I set it up the way I want it. Now Catalina comes out, and I'm like, oh, great, now I gotta do it all over again. Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to. But anyways, this is going through the belief that it is working, and it will work. So this is Mojave here. This one here is High Sierra. I technically don't need High Sierra anymore, but the thing is I keep it here because we do have some old MacBook Pros that I do diagnostics and support for, and that tends to be very useful. So this is almost done, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to eject the drive and then reinsert the drive, and then if it pops up with the OS X installer, then it works. So, and then I'll just comment back to this guy and say, yeah, just create the installer and make it work. So actually, I don't know. Can you reply back? So, not helpful. Yeah, I'll put not helpful. Thanks for your response. How do I put a comment? I normally don't put comments on these things or so forth. Probably I should. Copy link, copy link, copy link. Yeah, honestly, I do not know how to do that. So if you guys have information how I can put comments on apps, that'd be great. I think you can only do it if you get the app. Here it says get, but it won't download it. It takes forever, and then I did it on my MacBook Pro. So anyways, I'll figure it away. I'm sure Google somewhere, but put in your comments if you pick it up before I do. So it says here basically now making this bootable. It's copy the boot files, install media now available on that Catalina. So Catalina here, this one. So let me open this up to make sure, yep, Catalina's in there. So what I normally do is change my icons. Let me change that one. I change it to the Stan Lee here that I just downloaded and took off the so there we go, Stan. So here basically here's the other version. So there's problems. He has a shield, it bounces it off. Well, you're on a Mac, ha ha ha, it bounces off. So we're gonna go ahead and paste it in here. There we go. We're gonna close that, and there's Stan Lee. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and inject that. And let me close this. Let me close that. Close and close. So I'm gonna go ahead and open unplug the USB. I'm going to plug it back into a different USB port. Now Stanley should appear. There he is. And if we open up Stanley and we open Catalina, and there you go. Now I can go ahead and install, agree. It's going to ask me a hard drive. I'm not going to select it right now because then in a few minutes it will kill the video. Then I can't upload the video. But as you can see, it works. So I'm just going to, if you can put a comment down below how I can edit that and put my comments and reply back, or put information that it is possible for an offline installer. I don't think Apple would ever change that, but if they do, I would like to find out and try to prevent people wrong. But anyways, all right, well, thanks for visiting iOSGenius on the YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I should have like some animation going on saying subscribe and all this other stuff, but you guys know what to do. Thumbs up, thumbs down, hit the bell icon if you get new updated videos from me. All right, have a great day.